Hey guys, it's Mariah. I'm here to show you today on my new camera and my new computer. Thank you again, Mom. I'm here to show you how to contour with bronzer. So I've had a lot of questions about how to contour in general, and what's recommended is if you use your foundation and or BB cream, whichever you prefer. You put your BB cream on after your primer and everything. Primer is extremely important. It's going to hold your makeup all day long. I absolutely love Unique's primer. Hands down, the best primer I've used. I've had primers that were probably twice as expensive, and honestly, I tried it again after I used Unique's, and I really didn't like it that much. So they go so much further too, so you're really saving money in the long run, and it's just so much better, really. Anyway, I'm rambling. I do that a lot. I'm sorry. So you put your primer on, you put your BB cream and or foundation, and then what you do is to highlight you use one shade lighter, and to contour you use one shade darker. So me, I'm very pale, obviously. I use the lightest color foundation and BB cream in general, so I can't really highlight with the BB cream. But I can highlight with, bronzer, and then I also like to use my eyeshadow, especially Smitten. Smitten's a really great highlighter. So let's get started. Well, I have a freshly clean face. I put on my eye serum, my moisturizer, and then I also put on my BB cream and my concealer, and then I just did a little bit of a pressed powder on top just because I like that matte look in the winter. And then I also just used the brow gel just to keep it looking sleek. So first off, we're going to start with your blush. So I'm still running on my tester cards here. They're getting a little low, but they're holding in there. So I'm going to use Scandalous here. Ooh, right there. It's this really pretty like orangey red. It looks super stark when I first put it on, but it's so pretty once it wears away. So tap off the excess, and then I go just right on my apples here, and then sometimes I'll smear it up a little bit here, sometimes I don't, it just kind of depends on the mood. So I dot it on here. I'm going to go up a little bit, and then, like I said, this color is just super pigmented, so I like to wipe it off just a tiny bit, just because it's so bright on me. Let that sit in for a second here. Then we're going to go to our bronzer. So this is our bronzer here. Beachfront bronzer. This shade is Sunset. You can see there's kind of like a dark side and a light side. So I use the darker side for contouring and the lighter side for highlighting. Now, if you want a stark contrast, I would recommend going a shade darker. The three shades we have. So this here, camera's backwards for me. This here is Sunset. This is what I have. Malibu would be the middle shade. And then there's also Hermosa, which is our darkest shade. Sorry, I'm still kind of getting my voice back. So if you like that super stark contrast, I would recommend using a shade darker, like I already said. So I have this angled brush here. This is just a cheapy brush. I really don't recommend it. Like, look, this one here broke. You know, Unique's brushes are so fantastic. They're made to last a lifetime. I have the cream shadow brush, and it's literally the best brush I have. I love it to death, and I can tell it's just so sturdy, and it's really probably going to last me the rest of my life if I take care of it. Okay, so on to the bronzer. So you can use a light shade or dark shade, depending on what you're going for. If you want that stark contrast, that dark contour look, you're going to want to go with a shade darker. In my case, that would be Malibu. So I'm going to show you guys that just because it'll show up better on the camera. I personally like contouring with Sunset when I do contour. I don't think it's an everyday look, at least for me. I like just like simple, like not extravagant makeup. But if you want to do it every day, more power to you. It looks awesome. So let's get started here. So what you're going to do, it's kind of weird on my tester. You're going to take your brush, tap off the excess, And then you're going to go right in here, right where my cheekbone ends right here. And you're going to go about like a quarter of the way from your cheekbone to your ear. So, and then you just swipe it on there like that. Now you're obviously not going to leave it like that. So you're going to kind of blend it down just a tiny bit. This camera's backwards from what I'm used to. And then you kind of bend it forward. So I usually use my fingers just because my brush is not good. Get the good brushes. They're worth it. Okay, so, yep, I did that side. Okay, so try to swoop it upwards a little bit. That does help draw your face a little more. Okay, so you don't want any extra bronzer on your brush when you're blending it out like that. And the other thing about contouring is literally every face is different. You know, there's general face shapes, like I don't even feel like I fit in one, but like oval, rectangle, heart shape, you know, all of those, they all contour differently. I posted a chart on my Facebook group. If you haven't seen it, take a look at it. It's super helpful. It shows all the face shapes and just like where you're supposed to contour. Now that being said, I followed one of those charts thinking, oh, I'm an oval, or oh, I'm a rectangle. I tried them all. And like I said earlier, everyone's face shape is different. So unfortunately, I could not just, you know, pick the one and do it and it looked perfect. So it might take a little practice. I'm not gonna lie. But it's a great skill to have, and like doing your makeup's fun, you know? So why not? And then you can just really customize your look, you know, find out what looks good, what looks really, really good, and what looks terrible. And then you'll know, and you'll be able to do it just fine. So then what I do for my face shape, so my temples are right here. I'm gonna go right about here and up in here and just blend it into my hairline a little bit. Up here I want it a little more towards my scalp. And then I just blend it up in the hair. Hardly see it on the camera. And then I also like to do just a tiny bit down here, just because it gives my face more like a rounder look, because my face is kind of flat a little bit. So just a tiny, tiny bit. I don't want to be like dragging on color here. Got a little too much there. Okay, so then what I like to do for highlighting, make sure you have that darker stuff off your brush before you do that. Then I go to the lighter side of this here. I know it looks like darker side on the camera, but I promise it's not. And then just tap off the excess, and then I go just kind of blend in that lighter shade into your contour line here, and I like to go like just above where I put my blush and kind of blend it down in there. Same on the other side. You don't want to put too much because this is shimmery and you don't want to like have a sparkly face, you know, but a little sun-kissed glow is always nice. And then I also like to just kind of do that up here too. So there you have it. Here, it looks better further back. So that is my contour. You know, it's not like a photo contour. It's just like a simple, everyday, not like in your face. If you want like in your face, I would definitely recommend using the BB cream. That's gonna give you that best look. If you just want just like a, you know, little shaping, little shimmer, I would definitely do this. If you want to step this up a notch, I will show you how. So this is the Addiction palette number 3. Love this palette. I use it every day. I absolutely love it. So I'm gonna take. Oh, there we go. I'm gonna take Smitten right here, which is probably my favorite color in the whole palette. I'm just gonna take a tiny bit on my brush and just put it right on the upper cheekbone and kind of blend that in. And then I also like to do just a tiny bit above my eyebrow. Make sure you blend that in. Tiny bit above the eyebrow. And then I also like a little bit right here. And nose in. The shadow on my eyebrows looks like makeup. And then I'll put a little bit on my nose too, especially right here. I know it looks kind of shiny on the camera. And then I put a little bit, tiny bit on my chin there. So there you have it. That is my fresh face contour look with bronzer and Smitten. I hope my video helped you. I hope my editing skills were okay and it all pieced together. Most of all, I hope you guys have a really great Christmas and holiday season. Enjoy the time with your family, with your friends, whatever you're doing. Just soak it all in and enjoy it, because we got some winter coming ahead of us, if it ever decides to snow soon. Anyway, as always, I'm here for any questions, anything you need at all. Shoot me a message, comment, whatever you want to do. I will be there. I hope I taught you guys something new. Experiment with contourings. Let me know what works for you, what doesn't. Like I said, you kind of got to practice it. And thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you all have a good holiday season. Make sure to follow and subscribe. Check out my website, mariahsmakeupstash.com. Okay, I will see you guys all later on my next video. Bye!